Okay, today on this segment of history, art, and music, me and J Pop, we're gonna discuss some issues. We're gonna take the time out. We picked three issues apiece that's current, and see the whole thing about the history, art, and music, how we could form a timeline about how it became, because it just didn't become out of nowhere. So I'm gonna let him go first with his first subject matter, and we're gonna expound on that, and we're gonna flow from that part.
Okay, my first subject matter is something that I looked at on the internet. I don't have the full complete story. It's kind of like I just hearsay stuff. But what I was looking at was this lady was supposedly getting harassed by this guy somewhere in Harlem in a bodega, and she went upstairs to her husband. So her husband went downstairs. I guess like any husband would do, go and see what's up with this guy. When he went down there, I guess she came with him, and the guy wound up shooting them both.
Mm-hmm.
But he wound up killing the wife, though.
Mm-hmm.
So her life is gone. God rest her soul.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just really, I was just sitting there, and I'm just like, yo, how do you even handle that situation? It's almost like you can't even handle the situation. It's just gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's either you. I don't know. Like, what do you think about that? Like, how would you have approached that situation, maybe to avoid death? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Some people say that I'm an empath. That means I take certain issues on personally. It's just so I've been off the force so long, so I saw different aspects of life. So I can only speak from this from an opinion from, I guess, hands-on experience. I'm gonna give you an example. Back in well, I'm gonna show my age on that one. But back then, you dig, back way back then, a partner of my cousin situation, his girlfriend got jumped by this dude and his girlfriend. And see, my cousin partner, God rest his soul, Big D, Derek Schmidt, across the canal, he was body. So, you know what I'm saying? He ran down on both of them and spanked both of them. You understand? He spanked them. But as time went on and all the bullshit started to reside, the truth finally came out. It was actually a beef between her and the other girl, because she was fucking around with the bullshit. She was on the bullshit, right? So she was getting best of the other girl. So in a reverse situation, old boy was like, bitch, you ain't gonna beat my old lady up in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who you. We if she can't win, we gonna jump you to win. Yeah. It cost him his life. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, rest in peace to the lady that lost his life. Because no matter what, a woman should have the right to deny your advances without being murdered or physically harmed. But to all the husbands and boyfriends and brothers out there, listen, bro, you gotta stop running out in that water. You got to, leaping head first, because motherfuckers I ain't fighting you no more. So before you fact, right? Mm-hmm. So before you go out there in that water, first ask some questions. You know what I mean? Like what's happening? But that don't mean don't check the situation. Mm-hmm. But just make sure that you going at the situation where you could even if you don't have the upper hand, you can maintain some even playing fields. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to the lady. I hope the man make a full recovery, because at the end of the day, the dude that shot him and her is on some, what we call it, some sucker shit.
Sucker for real.
You's a sucker motherfucker for that. Sucker bitch ass nigga shit for that. Word. In the word, that man shouldn't have got shot. Woman shouldn't have lost his life. You should have been like, my bad, and walk away from it. You understand what I'm saying? Now that's a whole bunch of lives ruined over a few bunch of words. And ladies, you gotta stop running to your man for every little single infraction if it ain't that serious.
That's what I was about to get at. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. It's
the fact that sometimes you gotta look at the situation and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna let that ride, because if I put my man into it, I already know he probably gonna be a hothead to go down there, and it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be worse if I say something or do something, or maybe you might need to come at him a little different if you got a person that's gonna think. Like me, I'm a thinker. I'm gonna sit down there and be like, all right, let me see how I'm gonna handle this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you run out there, you go with your emotions. Emotions will take you down the wrong road. Like
Every time.
Man, emotion, your emotion reaction is the worst thing to just jump on and go with.
Right.
You gotta sit and think and strategize and make sure you're moving correctly.
Right.
I learned that a long time ago, listening to older people speak on that, and I really started paying attention to it. It's almost like if something happened, like just say you was cutting up some food or something, and a spider came and jumped on you. If you emotionally start jumping all over the place, you might mess around and cut yourself. But if you take a deep breath and think and be like, all right, hold on, I know there's a spider on me. I hate spiders, but it's on me. I got this knife in my hand. Let me calm down first and, assess the situation and kind of brush it off me or kill it, however you got to do it.
Right.
But it's just a example of just thinking before you leap out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he said, you jumping into the waters, think before you do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because there was also a similar situation in somewhere in New York. I think it was Harlem again.
Yeah.
Well, a lady.
Harlem been fucking up.
Yeah, they've been fucking up. Well, a lady was at a bodega.
I remember that.
Yeah, for all you people outside of New York City or outside Spanish community, bodega ain't nothing but a corner store.
Oh, yeah, corner.
That's all it means. People be asking,
bodega, like, what the hell is that?
People be asking me some weird ass questions.
Word.
A bodega ain't nothing but a store. Nothing but a store. So let's get past that. And she was approached by this guy on, he was he was going with his move. And she denied his move. You understand what I'm saying? And no matter how she deny your move, fellas, gentlemen, guys, even gals, if a person deny your move, no matter if they be harsh about it, gentle about it, retaliation don't mean you don't have to put your hands on a person. You know what I'm saying? A lot. I think I might be wrong, and I don't mind being wrong, but I think what's happening is people is correlating rejection with dissing.
Yeah, that might be it too. And then you gotta understand a lot of these cats getting a battery in their back because they got their peoples with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like a lot of guys that they gonna act. Their energy gonna be completely different with their friends versus by themselves.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. You got some people that's gonna act the same way with their friends without their friends. Right. They don't give a damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people that move in that way. So you have to be careful with those kind of people because they trying to
live up to an image.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? They trying to live up to this image and this portray that they put out there, this character that they put out there, so they're gonna leap out there the craziest and do something and mess around and take your life. And like we said, like people ain't doing the knuckle game no more. Knuckle game that's
null and void.
Man,
nil.
You doing the knuckle game, you most likely a boxer. Like that's the only time you're doing a knuckle game nowadays.
Right.
So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? That you know what? That kind of leads me to the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that with these gangs and these young dudes, there's no structure in it no more.
Right.
Before it used to be, people used to get disciplined. You couldn't do no sucker shit like this without something happening to you.
Right.
Because you were bringing attention to your peoples for something dumb. It wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? You had to go and talk to somebody before you did something. Like, yo, listen, we got problems with these people.
Right.
Can I retaliate? Can I do this?
Right.
When you talk to your higher up, they go and talk to the other people. They go and see what's up. If it can't be squashed that way, then they like, yo, you can ride on them. Boom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a structure. It was rules. But nowadays, everybody just free falling and it's going to the wayside, man.
Right. You gotta have some reserves about yourself out here in this world. One of my issues is like, what happened to freedom of speech?
That's true.
Because freedom of speech is no longer free. Give an example with the recent rehire of Nick Cannon. And so I'm perturbed. I'm trying not to curse.
I feel you.
You're right.
I feel you.
How in the do I get rehired to a show that I own.
That tells you a lot right there.
Make it make sense.
That should tell you a lot right there.
So you mean to tell me I don't own me? Because if I own me, I ought to be able to say what I want. I ought to be able to feel how I feel without it affecting the overall product. So now it's to the point where your freedom of speech is linked to your livelihood. So now you basically gotta lie to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Salute to Nick Cannon for getting back your show. Cause it was feeding a bunch of people that was feeding a bunch of people. So I understand your rhyme and reason for what you did. I just wish you went to a black network or you got enough bread just had the kahunas to jump out there on your own.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Cause you already got the fan base. You know, you might have to change the name. You know what I'm saying? It could have been something else, but you know, who knows the back work? So I can't speak in depth on why he went back. I'm just on the outside looking in, you know. But for the sake of all the people that was on the show, everybody from the top to the bottom that was eating off the show, Nick, that was, you know,